Hello, Aries. I completely apologize I'm late. This is your first week of March 2020 tarot reading. Um, my computer, I did it this morning. It stopped in the middle due to memory, so I had to redo it. And just had a struggle getting to you, so I completely apologize. The next reading will be for your second week, so you'll be first. So I'm doing like a 5-day show and I'm kind of exhausted. It's a rodeo though, so it's kind of fun. But thanks for stopping by my channel, Sayre Seer. And if you need any information on a reading or anything, you can check out the description box. So I didn't want to change the cards because they were kind of good, and I was like really into it. It was like 6 o'clock this morning, maybe 7. And it just shut off, and I was like, I had to go to my show. So, okay. So we're doing past, present, and future here. So what I have here in the past, I have the Knight of Pentacles. And I have the Ace of Swords. And I have the Fool. So there's actually pretty good. Let me get out of the light. So the Knight of Pentacles, this is about slow and steady movement. It's about building a future, but being careful the way you do it, looking at all the details, really trying to live our lives or move forward with an opportunity, education, just forward movement carefully, methodically. I keep hearing wanting to do things right. Really trying hard. Then I have the Ace of Swords, and this is about, this is clarity and truth, and it's kind of victory in the truth. So it looks like trying to walk a path in the truth, and maybe it's a newer path in the truth because during this time, maybe during this careful moving forward, you realized what the truth was. Might have been different than what you thought previously, because sometimes the real truth, or what we think is the truth, what we realize is the truth, isn't comfortable. Okay, it isn't in that illusion anymore, right? So it could maybe cause a bit of havoc. But the good news here is somehow, this freed you. This freed you, and this is it. The Fool is an Aries card, which is kind of cool. King of Pentacles, that's earth energy, but we all come forward in different energies, So at this point, the truth kind of released you, because maybe you felt like, okay, I understand. I'm walking in the right way. I'm going forward in the right way. It's a good thing. So next I have, the Six of Fire. This is the present time. And the Six of Fire, this is about victory. And it's about an accomplishment. So whatever it was that you were moving towards in the past, it seems like you were victorious. It's kind of like congratulations, a pat on the back, a hero's parade. But then I have this Empress here that's reversed. So this is a feminine energy, and she's a counterpart to the Emperor, of course. Doesn't have to be feminine. Empress is a Leo card. I mean, not Leo, sorry, Taurus card. That was a slip. I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo, but anyway, this is what should be somebody that may show up as very nurturing and dependable and reliable and honest, and has this great motherly and fertile space of fertility and rewards. But it doesn't look like that. This is what this person is showing up at right now. Okay, having a hard time talking. I'm really sorry. Then I have the Hangman. And so this is like stepping back and looking at, wait a minute, what's really going on here? Looking at the details and saying, okay, what's my truth again? You know, where's the truth in this situation? So I think that the reflection on the past is looking at sometimes the truth is uncomfortable, right? And even though something may appear to be this grand person, situation, very fertile and giving, it may not be that way at all. So I wonder if we might have celebrated a little bit too soon. You know, it almost feels like, yeah, you didn't think this would turn this way. Okay. All right. Excited about something that you felt like you had accomplished. And if it wasn't education, it might have been, I don't know, finding something out about that, you know, and realizing that you have your own truth, what you think is your truth based on life experiences and a reflection of what others say, okay, and what others do. I stopped because my camera did something weird and I didn't know if it shut off again. So, because it did that the last time. Okay. So now we're looking at the future. So now the future, it's kind of like, if this is you we're talking about, Aries, kind of feel almost a little bit worried about being so open and naive, right? This is the Fool again, but reverse. So I want to be careful. I don't want to make foolish decisions. Trying to go with, you know, the lesson there, but still wanting to move forward. And then I have the Magician. So this is, I want to be careful, but I know I can create anything I want. I just want to be careful about maybe the energy I'm using. Whose energy? What kind of energy? What I'm looking at creating. This is a real, it feels like a real, careful, create a phase of manifestation. Just really being careful of how you're thinking, what you're doing, because I think you're kind of realizing that all that comes into play. If we're afraid of something during our manifestation phase, we may bring the wrong thing. No. So, careful consideration, that's a word, of the energies you're using. But you know things, you know enough, you understand enough about this whole process to know that this formula you're looking at putting into action is going to bring you mastery and success in whatever you want to do. So this could be a mastering a business, mastering education. It could be higher education, you know, beyond a bachelor's, which is a master's, doctorate, all of that. But it's something about doing this your way, because the Hangman, integrating the lessons and the real truth of all the situations that maybe are coming into play in this situation. And it feels like, Aries, it's many parts, because you're probably going, what does that mean? Well, we're talking about a lot of things here. We're talking about what real truth is, how people move forward, talking about how people show up. And it just feels like it could have to do with love, but it looks like it's more of the bigger picture, kind of looking at everything, how it all interplays, and how you're going to move forward successfully in this new energy. So what I want to do is just get some clarification on that Empress energy, okay? That kind of distorted energy there. I'm just going to pull a few cards for that. Justice there. Kind kind of tired. I'm a little loopy. I'm sorry. I was trying not to make more coffee because then I get kind of too wired. And I just flipped these cards. So something happens when I get kind of hungry that it's like the energy doesn't work to my brain because I use a lot of mental energy. And so I feel like I need to use this deck, though. That's why I'm taking the time to do this. Very strange. I don't do that very often. I will take Justice. She came up again. So, Empress, Justice. Justice can be Libra. But we already said Taurus, right? But Libra is about balance. It's about balancing the scales. And whatever that means, it's about whatever you think you need for justice. Maybe that's doing things differently so that kind of energy doesn't come at you again. And if that's you, that kind of ended up in that place, not the best place, because of whatever situations that you couldn't foresee. Here's one right here. King of Swords reversed. King of Swords reversed is a manipulating energy. Then I have the Eight of Pentacles. And this is the place of feeling like that maybe you were manipulated. Yeah. And this is an air sign. It could be, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But maybe feeling like you might have been manipulated. And then here's the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And this is not mastering whatever was going on there. So I think feels like this might be your correction to what's happening in the present, is making a plan for the future. Saying, I'm not going to be the fool again. I'm not going to make those mistakes again. When I see certain things, I'm going to look at those and take them seriously, right? Because in your new plan of life mastery, or however mastery business, whatever, because you have more tools now, because you have more skills as a magician, and you have the being careful, okay? Because you're not just going to go off on blind faith. You're going to use some of your knowledge, integrate those lessons. So that's really cool. I hope that made sense. All right. So what I'm going to do is just pull a few more cards to get a little bit more clarification and for the overall energy, like right now, kind of, how the energies can go. They're kind of fluid. So this is taking the past, the present, and the future and kind of giving you an example of how that feels, or how tarot wants, what tarot wants to bring forward, or your guides, or, your higher self, however you want to look at it. So the star is, this is great because this is like following your North Star. This is what we're supposed to do. It's like our North Node, right? So that's what we're supposed to accomplish in this life. And that's maybe the careful planning. And if your North Node is in, you have to check that. But it's about, whatever it is, it's about careful planning. I wonder if it's in you can find that out on Astro, Cafe Astro. And there's a free birth chart. It'll give you, if you have the time of day and stuff, where you were born, it'll give you all the different aspects of your birth chart. North Node, they call it your North Star, but it could be your life's purpose, okay? And it could be also what you think your life purpose is, because we have the purpose and then the lower purpose, what you think it is. And for a lot of people, it's happiness in a certain area, and not, and then so with your South Node, that would be where you came from, what you're comfortable doing. And that's the thing where you always end up, where sometimes things don't work because the energy is trying to shift you into what your life purpose is. It's kind of strange. But it's where we get to that place of being too comfortable sometimes, So the next card is Nine of Swords. And this is about, what's about worries and being haunted by the past, being haunted about mistakes, bad dreams, nightmares. But to me, because I'm an air sign, this is about sorting through this stuff so it can be released, okay? You sort through, okay, what is bothering me tonight? Why can I? Okay, I'm worried about this. Okay, let me look at that. And so that is kind of like that hangman energy. It's kind of like the hermit energy. Just taking the opportunity while it's there on your nerves to kind of try to work through it. Would this have any merit? Why is it still hanging over my head, so to speak? These are hanging over her head. These are worries, fears, anxiety, things that, they could be regrets because they're thoughts. They're thoughts. And they could be spiritual things too. Okay. So the star, working through that, right? Working through the Nine of Swords. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And this is beautiful because this is a single person. Usually an ex. It could be an ex. It could be feminine energy, earth energy, because it's Pentacles. But this is someone who's independent, someone that could have their own business. They're coming through as feminine energy, but doesn't have to be. But if this is the Empress making ground on, making new strides coming back from this is beautiful because this is being back in her power. See how nurturing she is? She's got all the pentacles growing in her garden. She's got butterflies and birds. Flies are transformation. And then here we go. Beautiful. And then we have you back in your power as the Emperor. So this is what I feel is the question that's being asked, or that needs to be confirmed, or reassurance that you might need to be reassured that this path you're taking and this work that you're doing, this hard work of self-reflection and planning is worth it. Absolutely. Because it is about you mastering your own life and being in the energy. This is, well, if you're a sun, if you're Emperor, Aries sun, Aries. Well, this is mastering how you came in, the energy you came in with, okay? If you're a moon, this is mastering your emotions, okay? If you're moon in Aries. So it depends on where this falls in your chart. But this is the mastery that you seek. That's really beautiful, Aries. I did not want to put that down because I knew it was an incredible reading. Okay, so we're just going to do a couple of angel and ancestors just for some additional guidance for you. And the next one probably won't be until tomorrow, your next reading for the second week in March. I'm just kind of exhausted, as you can probably tell. But I appreciate your patience and your understanding. So we have summer, bask in joy and light. And summertime is about being in the sunshine, feeling the flowers blooming. It's about the happiness that the summer brings, okay? So springtime, we have the rain and all this, but we have the flowers bloom, the grass grows fast. And we have vacation time. And it's kind of a carefree time. And this is something that you've earned. And so it's to enjoy the summertime. It's like the sun card, in a way. And then I have broken arrow. And this is embrace the energy of peace. And this is about calling a truce on whatever you feel that no longer serves you, whatever you battle within yourself or others. It's time to call a truce for peace because, well, I'll just give you the backstory on this. The native tribes, they would break arrows when they signed a peace treaty or agreed to a peace treaty, that they wouldn't use the arrows on each other, so they broke them. So may I never use my arrow on you because now you are family, friends, part of our nation or another nation, something like that. It's promising not to do that battle with them. But I feel like that there needs to be a promise, Aries, that you quit doing battle with yourself And whatever it is you felt like you did, if you truly learned and you've made those changes, then that's part of the process are the mistakes. This may be about somebody doing this to you. And unless you forgive them, and that is, that's definitely an individual's choice, it does keep us trapped. And that's something to consider, that sometimes people hurt people. Even when we hurt others, as much as we don't like to admit that. And sometimes it's not ugly, even though we may be the best people that we know, yet we can still do that. You know what I mean? So, one more here. The more we release, the more space we release of anger and fear and all that, the more room we have for joy and good things. And it's not taking up space and energetic space anywhere. In our mind, in our bodies, the way we go about every day. Look through the mist and find the mystery. This is about, well, she's a spirit, you see, and there's like a rock, like an island there. There's there's seagulls in the foreground, and this is and there's actually a dolphin whale there, and there's a lot of water. It's like a sea or an ocean. So the mist, look through the mist to find the mystery. This is our own emotions. Why was the lesson there? Why did it hurt so deeply? And why do we need to be reminded not to punish ourselves anymore? What is it about that? That was just, it was kind of like a side effect for something that may be down there, but maybe there inside of us that might pop back up if we're not careful. So I think that's a little warning that the plan is good, but be careful of that old stuff surfacing when you feel, when you feel on top. Okay? So it's just a little warning, So, love you, Aries. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon, within a couple of days. Okay? Bye-bye.